Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this video, let me welcome you all to our channel Future Endeavors. Okay, so in the previous class, we have finished discussing the chapter on liquid pressure, okay, and we have discussed the various principles regarding flotation as well as sinking. So in today's class, we are going to start a new topic, and that is called heat and energy. Okay, so let us start the new chapter, heat and energy. Okay, so please take out your copies, pens and books, and we will be starting our new chapter. Okay, so let us begin. Now, so heat and energy, so these two terms are very related and are very much familiar to all of you, heat and energy. Okay, so first of all, today in this class we are going to discuss what is actually heat, and a very similar term that you might be listening again and again, that is temperature. Okay, so first of all, let us come to the term heat. So what do you mean by this term heat? What is its actual meaning? See, it is basically a form of energy. As you all know, it's basically a form of energy. As there are other forms of energy like light energy, sound energy. You can hear me, it's sound energy. You can see me, it's light energy. And there are various forms of other energies: magnetic energy, muscular energy, the energy in your muscles, chemical energy, mechanical energy. There are various forms. Among those forms, one very important form of energy is the heat energy, because you will be seeing heat all around you. Everywhere there is presence of heat. Wherever there is life, there is heat. Okay, so heat is a very important form of energy. Now, how can we define this heat energy? See, before defining heat energy, just think how heat energy is produced, or think of the various situations where heat is produced. You think of rubbing your hands together, rubbing a palm of your hands together, you feel that heat is being generated. You think of doing any work, okay, you start running, start walking, what happens? Heat is generated in your body. If you burn anything, if you just burn a piece of paper, heat is produced. So all these situations lead to the formation of heat. So I think heat is easily understandable that it is very common and it exists all around us. Okay, so in our body, what happens when you eat food? Just think of this condition: when you eat food, what happens to the food? It goes to your alimentary canal. Through the alimentary canal, it is the stomach. Okay, in the stomach, it is partly digested. Then in the small intestine, it is totally digested. The digested foods are absorbed through your bloodstream and it reaches the cells of the body. What happens there to the food? In the cells, what happens? The food is being broken down, and the process called respiration. What is the end product? It is the process that generates energy within our body, and that is in the form of also heat. So heat, by now I think you are quite clear. We are quite clear that it is the very common form of energy that exists all around us. Okay, fine. Now, so how can we define heat? Basically, it's a form of energy that is transferred from one form to another, one body to another body, whenever there is a difference of temperature. Now, so we are just trying to give a preliminary idea about heat. So it's a form of energy transferred from one body to another whenever there is difference of temperature, to another whenever there is difference of temperature. difference of temperature. Okay, final that is difference of temperature. So this is basically the heat. Okay, so we get here another term, temperature. We will be discussing about this term a bit later on in the lecture. Just let us now consider heat. So it's a form of energy that is transferred from one body to another body whenever there is a difference of temperature. Now you might be knowing that every body is composed of molecules, or say the molecules are also composed of atoms. Now these molecules or the particles of a matter are in continuous random motion, isn't it? So how they are in random motion? They must be possessing some form of energy, because only when a body possesses energy it can be in motion. So the molecules or the particles of matter, they possess energy. This internal energy, you can refer this to as internal energy, because the molecules or the particles of matter are present inside the matter. So these are referred, the energy of these particles are referred to as the internal energy. Now this internal energy of these particles of matter are actually observed in the form of heat. From the outside or from the external environment, we cannot actually understand about the internal energy of the molecules or the particles, but that internal energy, how much quantity of internal energy is present, we can guess it from the heat energy or the heat content of the body. Okay, so basically we can also say this actually heat is present in any body. Why is it present in any body? We can say that this heat present in any body is due to the internal energy of particles of matter. Okay, particles of matter. So basically it's a explanation that why is heat observed, or why a particular body has heat. It's the outer expression or the outer form of the internal energy present in the molecules or the particles of the matter. Okay, so this is basically heat energy. So I think the concept of heat by this discussion I think is clear. So it's simply a form of energy which can flow from a hot body to a cold body. You can also regard it that like this, that it's simply a form of energy that flows from a hot body to cold body. Okay, hot body to cold body. We can also define it in this form: heat, form of energy that flows from a hot body to a cold body. So these are the various explanations of the energy form heat. Okay, fine. So now you will be thinking, so what are the units of energy, heat energy? You know the unit of SI unit of energy is joule, isn't it? So SI unit of energy is joule. Obviously heat is a form of energy, then definitely the unit of energy, heat energy will also be joule. Okay, so unit of heat energy will also be joule. Fine. So SI unit, so what can be the SI unit? So the SI unit is joule, but other than joule you can also consider the CGS unit as arg. You know, because we have already learned that work and energy are basically the same thing. In physics we consider work and energy to be the same thing. So when you think of energy and work, these are basically same thing. So what is the unit of SI unit of work? It's joule. So what should be the SI unit of heat energy? Same joule. Okay, and if the CGS unit of work is arg, so definitely the CGS unit of heat should also be arg. Okay, fine. Now there is another unit of energy that is sometimes usually used only for heat energy. What is that unit? That unit is calorie. So basically heat is also measured in another unit and it's called the calorie. Specifically, this is used for heat energy and the energy content of any food or fuel. It is expressed in calorie. Okay. So, how are these calorie and joule related to each other? So basically, calorie is the bigger unit of energy, and 1 calorie basically is almost equal to 4.2 joule. Or in other words, you can also regard as 1 joule is equals to 0.24 calorie. So in this way, joule and calorie are related to each other. Fine. Okay. Now moving on to the next topic, that is temperature. We have already said in one definition of heat that body heat energy flows from a body which is having a higher temperature to a body having a lower temperature. Or we can also say that heat energy flows only when there is a difference of temperature between the two bodies. So I think this definition is giving us a hint about the temperature, a idea about the temperature. So how can you think of temperature? So what is temperature? Can you just think of, basically temperature is defined in the state of the body, the measure of the heat energy present in the body. Okay, so this is a quantity which indicates the thermal state, or it is better to say it is a quantity that determines the thermal state, of a body, thermal state. Okay. Also it can be stated that it is the degree, or it's a measure of the degree of the hotness or coldness of a body. It's a measure of degree of hotness or coldness of a body. It can be also stated like this. So these are the various definitions of temperature. Okay. So units of temperature. Okay. So units of temperature are generally degree Celsius, degree Fahrenheit, and Kelvin. Okay. So today we will not be discussing about these scales of units of temperature. We will be stopping here. I will be just letting you some time to think about the difference between heat energy and temperature. Think about the difference between heat energy and temperature, and if possible you can also mention in the comment box. Okay, we will be discussing those points on the next class. Okay, so with that, today we end our class here. In the next class we will be continuing from the units of temperature. If you have any query, any problem, please mention it in the comment box. We will be happy to solve your problem. Till then, thank you. Goodbye.